the Torah tells us in this week's Parsha that we need to have simcha. Several different times it says that we need to rejoice. And the interesting thing about it is it's not just me who needs to rejoice, but it's everybody. The Torah tells us, I'll read just a few verses here, that you need to rejoice before the Lord your God with your sons and your daughters, with your male and female servants, along with the Levite. And then again, it says you should consume, these offerings before Hashem your God in the place that He will choose with your sons and daughters, male and female servants. The Levite again. Elsewhere it says you should rejoice before the Lord your God with your sons and daughters, male and female servants, the Levite, the stranger, the orphan, the widow, etc. Over and over again it says you need to rejoice. Accompanied the word to be besimcha tells you with the other people with whom you need to be besimcha. It's not just meant to be something I hold on to only for myself. It's meant to be shared with others. The great Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs of blessed memory has the following to say about this. He says, the lesson of this, what's the lesson that we take from the fact that when we see this word of us needing to be besimcha, that it typically will include all the other people we need to share the joy with? Rabbi Sachs writes the following. He says that when Moshe is articulating for the first time the idea of simcha as communal, social, and national rejoicing, the nation was to be brought together not just by crisis, catastrophe, or impending war, but by the collective celebration in the presence of God. The celebration itself was to be deeply moral. Not only was this a religious act of thanksgiving, but it was to be a form of social inclusion. No one was to be left out, not the stranger, the servant, or the lonely, like the orphan or the widow. I think it's a very powerful lesson for us as, we live in a community, as everything we've been through this past year with COVID, the isolation, the social distancing, the quarantining. It's really not how we're meant to be. Obviously, it was necessary for us, but it was not how things are meant to be. We're meant to be experiencing joy with each other, with our community. It's such a special aspect of our community. And our true prayer is that as, please God, the world will only continue to open up and we won't need to be shut back down. We can revert back to our natural state of community. And with that, the simcha that accompanies it. Hopefully, as we ourselves experience joy, whether through the Shabbos or through the holidays or through personal celebrations, we should not just keep that joy in for ourselves, but we should share that joy with everybody around us, and through which we can truly dial into the deepest form of joy and happiness, a true simcha. Have a beautiful Shabbos.